All right, Mahendra, here's the problem I'm still running into. You can see that I'm missing a couple of documents here, and if I menu sync folder documents, it's you can see it's not seeing that they're missing. And no matter what I do, those documents sometimes it disappears like this. That's kind of weird. Yeah, they're still there. You can see them. And I just did a sync project all, which is kind of weird. The files actually are there when you double tap on them. So 3110C. If I do a menu sync project documents, I may have to pause this, but usually um, it it does not find them. I haven't said that I'm still having problems. You can see this is 500. I had just done a sync before we started, where it comes in, and again it says it's syncing the original file, so I don't know where the tiles would be. Um, but I've already synced this project probably 3 or 4 times for the current set, and yet there's still those plumbing drawings missing. Sometimes it seems like if you just sync over and over and over again, eventually it gets them, but the users just don't have patience to do that. So I'm going to pause here for a second, and then we'll see what happens on this case. But even if these do come in when I do this, I think that there's still some kind of problem with the sync folder as well as the sync original, where I'm still having to do multiple syncs repeatedly to get all of the appropriate thumbnails. Um, Actually, I'm just going to let this run because it's not that far in. It'll make sure you can see everything that's going on while this is going on, and hopefully it'll give us some clue on why we're still missing those documents. All right. Yep, still missing. So you can see, yep, there's a couple of them that are still missing even though it's synced. Yep, at least 3 or 4 it looks like. Actually, it seems like it might have found out there's 1, 2. I would have suggested that it probably, there's 3, 4, okay. So if I do menu, sync folder again, it's going to come up with 0 out of 0. No problem, yet it'll still be missing. There it is. And if I do sync project again, you're going to see it's going to probably come up here and say that there's another 200 or 300 files that are missing. 359, so you saw it was 500 before. And I don't know, maybe I'm just going to keep doing it. I'll just keep syncing project, because that one went down by about 150, and see if eventually the plumbing drawings show up. But again, you can see this is part of the problem is I don't understand why it says original files, and if it's why did it keeps going back even though it goes through all of them here? Why does it go back to 359 when clearly no changes have been made to the project? So let's just watch this again and see what happens. Yep, still missing. Not sure what's going on here. And again, that document clearly is there. And I'm willing to bet if I come back here and do menu, sync project documents, it's going to be like 280 or something like that. 249. I'll just keep syncing these and see if eventually it comes in, and maybe it will. But you can see that there's got to be some kind of retry loop or some kind of, there's something seriously wrong with this thing. because it is declining, meaning that if I just run it over and over again, it is getting the files, which means the files exist because that number is going down. I would expect. I don't know. I'm not even gonna bother looking. Well, I don't have any choice. Still not there. Menu. But you're 180. All right, so it's getting less time each time. So hopefully you're. Maybe I can get it to 0 here in a couple of these. All right. Still missing. I bet she'll be about 100. One of the other things I've done is I've checked the, and I'll check it again here. Check the project in the Windows app, and I believe that all of the documents show up properly. Still not there. Give it one more try, or a couple more tries. Oh, seems to be getting a smaller and smaller percentage each time. One of these we just might look out. We want to get this down to 0. I don't think it's going to work. Um, Getting closer. Yep. This one is 3110C. So now I think it's actually got everything. I can try one more. I can try menu, sync folder, but that's 00. So both systems seem to think that all of the files are down completely. Let's see if there's any reason that it might be. You saw it was still there. 3110. All right. You can see that we still got 2 missing documents here, despite syncing, 10 times in a row to get it down to 0. Yeah, clearly there's something wrong here. What I have observed in the past, if I uninstall the project, reinstall it, and resync it, this image will come down. Not specifically this one, but it varies. In other words, for some reason now it just won't find this, but the file is there. I can also verify that on the Windows app, and it seems to be fine as well. I'll prove that to you here. Let's make sure. Hopefully I got it down. I don't. Maybe I do. All right, current construction docs. By discipline, plumbing, we're looking for 311C. Ah. All right, let's see if I can. It's going to take a minute. I'm going to put on pause. All right, hopefully you can resume. Here's the drawing that was missing. Thumbnail perfect. There's the drawing. So everything looks good here. You can see there's not a single missed file in the Windows app. This is the level of reliability we need to have on that iPad. And I don't know what we have to do, but clearly it's not the server. The server's got all the data. Like I said, if I uninstall stuff and reinstall something, it'll show up. So there's clearly something that's either the database is getting screwed up or the sync app is doing screwed up, but something is not working properly. All right, send this to you and give me a call and let me know what's going on, or just send me an email if you find something.